Oklahoma got it done once again on the road, taking down Alabama. 23-21 was the final. The best defense is the best offense when it comes to Oklahoma. This is their second straight game now where their defense has forced 3 turnovers. And in their past 2 games, they have forced 30 points off takeaways. And against Alabama, Brent Venables had Ty Simpson out there seeing ghosts. This is the worst game that Ty Simpson has played all year. Worse than how he looked week 1 against Florida State, because he threw 2 touchdowns in that game. In this game, he had 1 touchdown, a bad, very costly pick 6. He was under the rest for the majority of this game. And I don't think that Ty Simpson is worth a first-round pick in the NFL draft. If you are a quarterback needy team like the Raiders, the Jets, you shouldn't invest any first round capital into Ty Simpson, because Ty Simpson, for as good as how he has played this year, I don't really see a quarterback that is worthy of a first round draft pick due to him already being surrounded by so much talent and him struggling under pressure. And we saw it in this game when you get a few hits on Ty Simpson and he gets rattled and he's uncomfortable in the pocket and you rush his decision making, he's just off. And I know that every quarterback isn't that good under pressure, but for a guy that is viewed as a potential top 5, top 10 pick, I just really don't see it. And Oklahoma gave us the blueprint for how you slow down this Alabama offense. All you really just got to do is just send a bunch of pressure at Ty Simpson. If it can get home and you can get him on the ground a few times, he's not the same quarterback. When he's operating outside of a clean pocket, or you just have moderate pressure in his face, the dude is surgical. And he just wasn't surgical in this game. Now, Oklahoma, what could they do if they're able to finish the deal and they win out the rest of this season and the games they have left against Mizzou and LSU? I mean, I could see them getting right with Notre Dame in the first round. Hell, I would die to see a first round playoff game between Oklahoma and USC. Just the storyline in that game, Lincoln Riley going up against the team that he jumped ship to go to Cali for because he felt like he had a better shot winning the Natty at USC with the proximity to all the great recruiting he had, despite the success that he had at Oklahoma. That would be cinema. But with Oklahoma's offense, though, they still haven't shown that they can be trusted to make a deep playoff run. Because although their defense is playing outstanding, all of Oklahoma's losses this year have come when their defense wasn't able to force any takeaways. And their defense gives their offense good field position, easy points on the board. If you take away all of the turnovers that Oklahoma has forced over these last couple of weeks, the offense really wouldn't have too much to show for it. Now, John Matayer played an excellent game against Alabama. And although it won't show up in the box score how well John Matayer played, he took care of the ball, he made good decisions, and he reverted back to the John Matayer that we saw before his thumb injury. And I felt for the first time this year, John Matayer looked like the quarterback that Oklahoma was expecting when they got him and Ben Arbuckle as a package deal this past offseason. Because what he does running the football is incredibly special. John Matayer essentially is a running back when he runs the rock. He had a few plays. He had 1 touchdown for 20 yards when he broke a few guys. He just is a really hard guy to bring down in the open field for linebackers and defensive backs because he runs like an ox. He really does. And for the Alabama side of things, how are you Alabama and don't have a fucking kicker? You have the highest blue chip ratio in college football. 90% of your team is comprised of 5- and 4-star players, and you somehow have one of the worst kickers ever? I mean, come on. You are freaking Alabama. There's no excuse for you having a field goal kicker that's been as bad as the one they've had this year. And he tried to get mad when he missed a field goal that was the difference in Alabama winning and losing this game. Try to take it out on the long snapper. Not every single snap is perfect. At the end of the day, if you're a kicker and the ball is snapped, as long as you're not kicking on the laces, there's no excuse for you missing a field goal, dude. Alabama this week needs to hold some open tryouts on campus to find another kicker. Because at this point, you are not going to go that far in the playoffs if you have a kicker as unreliable as what they currently have. Kicker is the most underrated position in football because nobody ever talks about it when kickers are out there and they do their job. But it can be the difference in a lot of games because most games, especially come playoff time, come down to the wire, come down to a few missed opportunities. And the missed opportunity that Alabama had before halftime, they even went as much as going about having a huge gamble that they took, trying to get 2-3 extra yards to make the field goal a lot easier for this dude to make. And he still missed it. Still missed it, man. Like, Alabama needs to go and get them a damn kicker. Hell, I have a few years of eligibility left. I haven't played any college football. Get me out there to make a few of those kicks. I bet I could get it done. I bet a lot of us on the couch right now listening to this could go and make some of these field goals that this dude has missed, man. You are Alabama. You need you a damn kicker. And Ryan Williams, we crowned him way too early. His fall off has to be studied. He doesn't look like a superstar when you watch him in a bunch of the biggest games that Alabama has played in this year. He just looks like another good receiver. He doesn't look like a Mekhi Lemon or a Jeremiah Smith. He's not even better than Malachi Tony, the true freshman receiver down there in Miami. He has a bunch of drops. He's had some bad fumbles this year. That fumble that he had on that punt return was a huge momentum boost for Oklahoma in this game. Ryan Williams just hasn't been what he was hyped up to be. And we get ahead of ourselves when there's a guy that has a good true freshman season. We start anointing him a lot earlier than what we should. Jeremiah is a lot different because Jeremiah Smith is a freak of nature. You don't find guys like Jeremiah Smith very often. He's 6'3", 220, 225 pounds, runs routes as good as anybody, runs like an ox after the catch. He's the perfect wide receiver. Ryan Williams is an elite big play receiver. At least that's what he was supposed to be. And he's not even the best receiver on his team. Jordan Bernard has been Alabama's go-to receiver this year. Ryan Williams just hasn't been that guy that he was hyped up to be coming off a phenomenal true freshman season. And maybe, you know, the success that he had last year got to his head. You know, sometimes you can have success early, get a little bit too big-headed, not put in the same amount of work as what you were before. Ryan Williams is still a good player. He just isn't the superstar that everybody thought he was entering this season. When Alabama needed offense in this game, they weren't going to Ryan Williams. They were going to running back Daniel Hill. And Daniel Hill, after this game, he deserves a lot more work than what he's gotten this season. This dude has a lot of finesse to be 6'1", 244 pounds, moving like this, wiggling the way that he was against Oklahoma. He was the unsung hero that kept Alabama in this game. 15 carries for 60 yards, averaging 4 yards per attempt, 2 touchdowns, 5 catches for 37 yards. Alabama needs to give Daniel Hill some more opportunities. There's no way you got a player this talented sitting on the bench. This dude is a weapon. You can catch at 6'1", 244 pounds and run like this? Where has he been all season long? Especially with the struggles that Alabama has had running the football. And Jan Miller is a very talented back. But Daniel Hill could be really crucial for Alabama down this stretch, especially now with them having to go on the road in a few weeks to Jordan-Hare with a spot in the college football playoffs on the line. The last place that you want your destiny to be on the line in is against Jordan-Hare, or in Jordan-Hare going up against Auburn, because there's just a weird aura that Jordan-Hare has that makes any must-win game for Alabama a lot difficult than what it should be. Hell, Nick Saban's final season, he barely walked away with the win against Auburn. It took Jalen Milroe throwing a prayer on one of the final plays in that game to Isaiah Bond to win it. So with the way that Alabama has the tendency to play down to inferior competition under Kalen DeBoer, your playoff hopes being on the line against Auburn, having to win that game at Jordan-Hare, is something that should scare Alabama fans, man. There's no guarantee that you win that game. You should win that game, but there's a strong chance that you lose that game and you're sitting 9-3 like you were last year, outside looking in of the playoffs.